Hey everybody, this is Alejandro at the Deck Explorer, and today I'm doing a special video. It's a video that I've been promising to do for a very long time. Today I'm going to go over some of the gear and equipment I used during a paranormal investigation. I get tons of questions about the kind of lights that I use, what kind of IR lights I use, what kind of digital recorder I use to capture EVPs, and I thought today would be a good day to go over some of that stuff. And so everything I have on this table, except for this laptop, because I'm using it to kind of remember where I got some of this stuff, is all under $40. You know, there are been some things like cameras where I've wanted to splurge, but everything on this table, including the lights and the digital recorder and some camera gear like the shoulder rig, is under $40. And I'm going to put a link to most of this stuff in the description box below. So just to get started, I'm going to go to one of the biggest questions I get asked, which are what lights do I use during investigation. And so right here I have a modified SEMA IR light, like a 36 LED light. And really on Deck Explorer I've used two lights of the same build. The first one was a Polaroid. It looks exactly like this, except it has the red shield, which this modified one, the shield's been taken off. So all the episodes, probably the first 45 episodes were all shot with that Polaroid. And the Polaroid had great wide lighting. I could take it outdoors and light up a place really easily. About a year ago, my friend Roger Shadowlight Paranormal traded me that Polaroid light for one that he already modded. This is a SEMA light, Polaroid light 36 LEDs. And I believe they're about the same price. The only difference is he took the light cover off and he added a battery pack for me. And you can find videos on how to do that all over YouTube. It runs on 3 AA's. That was the only downfall to the Polaroid light. It was that it was rechargeable. You charge it about 6-7 hours before investigation, and then at the end of the night it would only work about an hour, which is actually, you know, definitely not enough time to keep investigating. But buy the lights, the SEMA, the Polar, either way, and mod it. Look up the mod videos on YouTube. There's tons of them. Now this is a Bright Light SEMA light. Let's see if it's got any juice on it. I love this light. I like to have at least one wide light while I'm shooting. Usually just to have it on because of the shoe on top of the camera. A lot of times when we're investigating, it's lights out. But this is something that you can just put in your pocket, take it out, light up a room, or you can put it on a tripod, which is what I like to do, is find a tripod. There's sometimes I'm investigating some dangerous locations outside with some pretty big falls. Dead Man's Hole is one example, where it's a hole that leads into a cavern and you definitely do not want to fall in there. And although it was lights out, just having this light on a tripod, just kind of for a little bit of lighting, lit up an outdoor location pretty well. And again, I think, you know, this light's under $40. It's the same thing. It's rechargeable. This one, since I don't use it that much during an investigation as I use infrared, I get away with just charging it before the investigation, and the battery life on it usually lasts me long enough because I use light sparingly in the investigation. Now that I have this in my hand, this is a really cool mount by Delkin. I believe it's called the Gecko. And the cool thing about this is that it has a suction cup on the bottom. So during a paranormal investigation, you can use this a lot of different ways. It has a bunch of different joints that you can rotate. Even this rotates. So I've used this on cars. I've actually mounted, it's the same kind of thread you would find on the bottom of a camera. So I've threaded this a camera onto this tripod and hung it on the inside of the car as I'm driving, or on the outside of the car if I'm driving slowly, to test, you know, the legends of ghost kids pushing cars. So this was perfect. So this is hand tool. And also during, like I said, I've used this with night vision cameras. So if you have a DVR set with multiple cameras and you're trying to put a camera in a tricky location, if this suction cup can get a grip, you can hang an infrared camera, a security camera somewhere during an investigation. Another piece of camera equipment is this Cowboy Studio shoulder rig. You can find it probably for about $20, $30, depending where you are on the internet. And this is a great little shoulder rig to mount your camera on. It's super easy to fast, and it has this little Velcro strap that goes around, not Velcro, just a clip strap that goes around for extra security. And so this is a great little tripod. You can put the same camera that I just had on that other mount. You can just put a camera on there, and the great thing about this is that you can have your hands free while you're investigating. So if you want to have a digital recorder and a light, you're free to do so. Another great thing about this is if you want to do some point of view shots of yourself, if you got the kind of camera that has a wide enough angle to capture your face, you could also document yourself talking. So if you're doing an isolation session or any reason that you want to kind of document what you're experiencing, it goes both ways. But the great thing about it is it keeps a steady shot, and you have hands free, and you can do a lot of different things with it. There's great videos. Just look up Cowboy Studio videos, and as far as how to modify it, if you want to add hand rigs, so far I haven't had the need to. And it's a really cool, and for under $40 you really can't beat this shoulder rig. And again, this and other items will be in the description box below if you want to get them on Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate, so some of these links are my Amazon affiliate links. The next thing I want to show you along the shoulder rigs is this this pistol grip that you can also add on a camera. So if you don't want to put on a shoulder rig, you can use a pistol grip to stay the camera. So a lot of times you'll be carrying camera with a strap like this. Sometimes you might have a light hanging up here or on the side, a microphone if the camera's big enough, and then you start getting a lot of weight on your hand. It's kind of hard to keep it steady. So with this grip, it's actually much easier to point and shoot, and you can actually just put it close to your chest if you're trying to get some extra support. And this is a light way to control an investigation, and this is what I've used pretty much almost since day one, is this pistol grip. And the shoulder rig is just something that I recently got. The digital recorder. Okay, everybody asks me what digital recorder I got. It's the ICD BX112 from Sony. This is also under $40. I kind of cheated. I got it as an open box item at Best Buy, which is why I bought it. I think I got it probably for half of the price. But this is the recorder that's caught everything I've ever done in an investigation from day one, including some of my most famous EVP recordings. And the only drawback on this one, and anything under $40, is that if it doesn't have a USB port, you have to find another way to transfer this onto a computer, maybe holding up the speaker to a laptop. But this works for me, and under $40, I can't complain. It has, I think, 6 or 7 files to record on, and I've never had a problem. Runs off AAA batteries. I don't know what kind of camera you use, but pretty much a lot of cameras will allow you to put on a lens filter. And I picked up my UV lens filter at Target for I think maybe $10. It's just a clear coat lens filter, and the reason I have it is so you don't see any difference in lighting. It's a clear coat filter just to protect the lens from dust. A lot of investigations, you're in dusty places, and you can get dust inside the camera, and this is going to prolong the value of your camera, of your investment, for a longer period of time, for just pennies on the dollar. So you get a $10 clear lens, and what you need to do is just find out what the thread of your camera is, and you should be able to put them on. I've seen them put on the smallest of consumer camcorders. I know this one right here would fit. Did I say that the digital recorder is a Sony? I might skip that crucial point. This is really cool device. I got this at Home Depot. I think made for like $15. This is a motion detector, and it has two settings. It can, if something passes it, it can either light up or it can let out a loud siren. And I really wanted to use this from the point of view that hoping that a spirit would set it off. To this day, it hasn't, but there are also some other real practical investigation uses for this. One, the light mode. Again, if you're in a place where your light's out, you don't have access to a light, but when you're walking down area traffic, maybe a hallway you're going to be walking back and forth on all night long, you can put this on, and every time you walk by, it'll light up. So it lights up your way. You can also hang it. It comes with an attachment to hang it on a wall if you want to do that. It can go off instantly, or it can have a delay. For the siren, which is really loud, you probably want to use the delay. So this is a great security measure. I've investigated places where basically there wasn't any good ways to secure our equipment, and having an alarm on this, if somebody was going near your equipment, physically going near your equipment, could be a good way to alert you if you're walking away from home base and you're shorthanded. So this is practical, but I hope one day in a video a spirit sets this off. I really do, and I guess we'll tune into the Explorer to find out. Another good piece of equipment during an investigation is to get walkie-talkies. These are just a great way to communicate with your team, especially if you're splitting up. What we do when I investigate with other investigators is a lot of times somebody will monitor the DVR camera while somebody's in another room. Less people in a room, the less evidence contamination you get. But having the walkie-talkies is a cool way to communicate, especially if they see something on the screen, or if you need support, or again if you need help during an investigation. Now, as far as setting up digital cameras, one thing I recommend you do is you get some gaffer tape. You definitely want to search for this on the internet, because in a store it can be really expensive. But gaffer tape is what they use on productions, video productions, professional productions like TV and film. And the great thing about it is that it doesn't really leave a sticky residue. It's really easy to tear. It's like strong like duct tape, but not as it doesn't leave that kind of stain that duct tape will, although it still does pull up paint slightly. So if you're in a very old house, just be very aware of that you might pull up paint from wood. When I'm monitoring and shooting on cameras or a digital recorder, I just use these Sony headphones. They're super cheap. And I love them. I even use them to edit. They're so cheap. I've picked up two because you never know when you're gonna forget one. I just put one in each bag. I take out an investigation just in case I forget one. So a lot of people ask me what headphones I use, and I use these Sony ZX100 headphones. And yeah, this is Sony, the digital recorder Sony, but I'm also a Canon guy, truth be told. If you're got a home base, I really suggest you go out and buy this bad boy. It's a Belkin Power Strip. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plugs. But the great thing about them is they're spaced far apart. A lot of times chargers to cameras, chargers to ghost hunting equipment, chargers to computers have those big adapters which take up your normal power strip. This is set up so you can have those side to side, and then the strip down the middle is still open for the skinny plugs. Yeah, I know that's probably not the real definition, how you call it in terminology, but it's amazing. You can with this you can charge everything. Be safe, y'all. It doesn't hurt to buy a first aid kit when you go ghost hunting. Believe it or not, I've seen investigators get scratched. I've seen investigators attacked. And it was that prompted me to get a first aid kit, because even if it's not paranormal, you know, you never know when somebody could have an accident that needs medical attention, and you're in a location where time might be of the essence. So I bought this. It's luckily unopened since I've bought it. But it's good peace of mind. I think it's responsible ghost hunting if you're a leader of paranormal group, or a member that wants to make a suggestion to your group of a purchase to get. This is so cheap and it's peace of mind, and you have to be safe while you're ghost hunting. So thank you to everybody who's been asking about what equipment I use on Dead Explorer. I hope this answers a lot of your questions, and I hope it also opens your mind to other possibilities about what you might need during an investigation. And of course, you'll be seeing this stuff in action in future paranormal investigation videos that I'll have coming out soon. So everybody, thanks for your support. Don't forget to favorite and like this video. Subscribe if you're new to my channel and you want to watch real paranormal investigation videos. And there's social media links in the description box below if that's your thing. DeadExplorer.com. There's a free newsletter that's awesome. It's gonna be even more awesome, and it's free, so it doesn't hurt to sign up for that. And in the meantime, this is Alejandro. I'll talk to you later. Bye.